Okay. So let's just think about what we mean by digital record keeping in practice. So is this something you could do on Excel, or do you need some form of compliance software, John?
Um, Strictly speaking, you can do it on Excel. HMRC have relented and gone, okay, Excel is a digital platform. Um, it's not really in keeping with what they're trying to achieve with MTD, and it does still open up the possibility for human error. The issue with Excel is that you do have to have what's called digital links. So if you had a Excel cash book going through, you'd need to then have formulas to bring all that information into another tab that just did the 3-line or more detailed filing figures that you're going to need to file with HMRC. And then that would then need to be able to be submitted to HMRC. Now you can get an what's called an API enabled Excel. They're quite rare and quite expensive. But in most practices, in most situations, if you are using Excel, you'd use something called bridging software, which essentially pulls that information out of the relevant cells in your Excel and then files with HMRC. Obviously, it's not ideal to have in Excel. There's a lot of things that go wrong, and so it is much more practical, and there are a lot more benefits when you use an actual software. And the sort of compliance softwares we're talking about are, well, most of the major cloud suppliers, which have what are called APIs, which integrate directly to HMRC, which means once the bookkeeping's in there and it's all in the right place, you can press a button and the figures go over to HMRC seamlessly, and you can see live in the systems what's gone over and what it's calculated your estimate for tax to be on that basis. Obviously, it's not going to include everything because there's certain things that aren't in your quarterly submissions, such as capital gains or interest, dividends, those sort of things, which won't get captured.